Hi, I'm Annie. Lately I've been thinking about being congruent. I've been getting into the habit of checking in with myself pretty much every day to see how I'm doing with congruency. Congruency means that my insides and my outsides match. I have aspirations about the kind of person that I want to be and the way that I want to spend my time. But am I that person in actuality? And am I actually spending my time in the way that I said that I wanted to? 2021, especially January and February, were just full of bullshit for me. I came into the year with that fresh goal feeling and lots of, aspirations and good vibes. I really love the beginning of the year because I love setting goals. I love checking in with my systems and habits and cultivating new habits. It's one of my favorite times of the year. But then a bunch of bullshit came flying at me and I had to spend my time just putting out fires. Whenever I find myself in that state of just putting out fires instead of using my time more intentionally and efficiently, that's when I know that it is time to evaluate and update the systems. So after battling a whole bunch of random bullshit, I finally, got to some higher ground and had a moment to actually look at my systems and start making improvements. Updating and improving SI is an ongoing thing. It's a lifelong art. Your needs change over time. There are phases of more or less intense chaos throughout life. SI isn't something you can just figure out once. It's about constantly checking in with your systems, evaluating them, and updating them. So there's all this stuff that I want to do. More exercise, more yoga, more dancing, making more videos, playing music more. All kinds of things. Those shiny aspirations. But because I'm self-employed, I have a shit ton of responsibilities. And sometimes I get into problems in my business and I get super focused and determined to solve the problem that I'm dealing with. That's what was happening to me a couple of weeks ago. I got really obsessed with this product photography issue that I was struggling with and just completely focused. I even a couple of times got out of bed in the middle of the night to come, look at my photography setup because I thought of some minor change I could make, at 3 a.m. And so I would have to come over here and test it out and see if it would work. I couldn't go back to sleep. I was just 100% fixated on this issue. And I remember a couple of weeks ago when I heard this kind of pissed off, whiny part of myself chime in. And I said to myself, you said that we were going to dance more. And I can feel the energy of that now. It's just so plaintive and sad. You said that we could dance more. You said we were going to have fun sometimes, I could still really feel the energy of that. The energy was like a child, pitiful, pissed off, neglected, deeply sad. You said that we could dance and sing more. Why aren't we doing those things? It's not fair. And that's when I remembered about congruency. Oh, I am unhappy because the inside of me, my aspirations, don't match the outside of me. It doesn't match my habits that I'm engaging in throughout the day and, the activities that I'm choosing to do. There's just this taskmaster tyrant inside of me, that just keeps cracking the whip. I mean, I am really disciplined and focused when it comes to my work, and that is great. And I'm also pretty disciplined and focused about, exercise and self-care. All of those systems, like I said, require, constant cultivation. You have to protect those systems and protect the time that you need to take for yourself. And it's tricky because everybody's busy. Everybody has tons of responsibilities. Most people have way more responsibilities than I do. And it's really difficult to do all those things that we know we should do and also do the things that we really want to do. You can't do everything. That's why it's good to be really conscious and really intentionally decide what you should do and what you want to do and what you're going to do. And it has to be reasonable. It has to be something you can actually accomplish. And you can stretch yourself and push yourself and ask a little bit more of yourself all the time, but you need to keep it reasonable enough that you can actually execute it, because that's how you stay congruent. That's how you are able to do what you said you were going to do. Because when you don't do what you said you were going to do, when you break promises to yourself, you weaken your resolve over time. Then not doing what you said you were going to do becomes a habit. And you just sort of weaken that muscle that follows through. So you have to be careful what you promise yourself. And you have to be realistic so that you can actually keep your word to yourself. And there should be a good mix of, responsibilities and things you know you should do, and challenging yourself to do difficult things and then actually following through. But then you also have to honor your word to yourself when you promise that you're going to do the fun things. You promised yourself that you were going to do some self-care. You're going to take a bath once a week, or, whatever. You got to follow through on those things, because when you get farther and farther away from that congruency, it's not happy. You can't be happy if you're not congruent. So get in the habit of setting reasonable goals and expectations and follow through, because it's just more efficient in the long run. If you want to chat with me about this or anything else, you can schedule a one-on-one video chat session with me. Just check out my snug link in the description.